Tim is the owner of this absolutely perfect 1963 T-Bird. I caught up with him on a rainy day at the Ruthven Applefest car show. Here's Tim with his story.
I found this car at the corner of Tecumseh and Meldrum about 20 years ago. It was at a corner garage, and it was owned previously by a retired Windsor police detective.
Tim's T-Bird underwent a complete and thorough restoration to bring it back to new.
It's a 9-year-old restoration. It was done by the Guild of Automotive Restorers out in Bradford, Ontario. They have a car show that is on the cable channels, and I wanted it to be a certain way, and I took it out there, and they restored it for me.
That's a very expensive restoration.
Yes, it was a little bit expensive, but it has held up very well. This is a 9-year-old restoration right now, and it's really held up well, and they do good quality work there.
If you know the Guild, you'll know the kind of work that they do. Here's a look at the interior. This is absolutely pristine. It's easy to see why Tim is so proud.
The car is restored to original, so it's a 390 with the Cruise-O-Matic transmission that Ford provided years ago. The only actual upgrade is the aftermarket air conditioning.
And what did the car look like before he bought it?
It was what they called about a 20-footer, so it looked good from 20 feet away, but it needed some tender loving care in a few spots and needed to be repainted and a few things replaced, as they do wear, no matter whether they're saved or not. So the Guild was very good with bringing it back up to spec and good road condition, and it's been very good ever since.
This T-Bird runs and drives like a new car, even though it's 53 years old.
Oh, it runs like a magic carpet. It is such a smooth ride. It's a pleasure to drive. You can see out of all four corners, which is a novelty in today's cars, and I just love it.
This has been Tim's dream car all his life, and he swore that one day he would own one.
I seen this car years ago, not this exact car, but one similar, at school, at my grade school. A teacher drove it into the parking lot, and it was a rainy day, much like today, and my father had driven me to school because it was pretty wet to wait for the bus. And I seen this car driving through the rain, and I was just awestruck by it. And I said, "Dad," I says, "what kind of a car is that?" And he says, "That's a Thunderbird." And there was a little bit of reverence in his voice, and I guess it sort of carried through because I just loved it from then. And I seen this one about 20 years ago for sale, and I bought it. A lot of cars in Essex County tend towards the muscle car class, but I love this as a kid, and it's kind of a dream come true for me. It was on my bucket list when I was about 7 years old, and I really haven't changed my opinion of the car.
The thing I like about this car is it's a driver. It's not just a car show special. Tim gets it out on the road often.
Yes, I do. I drive it for pleasure. I do take it to car shows, but I have relatives in the county, and I drive it to their house, and I like to drive it just for the pure pleasure of the vehicle. It's a great performing vehicle.
This was the last year for T-Bird tail fins, and the taillights resemble rocket thrusters, emblematic of the space age. Tim's superb 1963 Thunderbird, another of our great Essex County and Chatham-Kent cars. Thanks for viewing, and come spring, we'll see you at the car shows and cruise nights.